Hi everybody, this is TJ with PTUTrendJumper.com and the Premier Trader University. The other day we did a webinar on the virtues of trading energy futures with TrendJumper, and I wanted to just cover a few trades that have happened recently. We continue to have a lot of success trading the energies. Some of these markets are often overlooked and misunderstood, and it's a shame because they're really great markets to trade. Some of our favorite markets are not the markets that the regular crowd is following, and we're not using the same charts that the regular crowd is following. I was perusing a stocks and commodities magazine, looking at some of the articles, and they continually talk about time-based charts and multiple charts. And while there could be some success with those charts, we're just finding an easier way to trade using charts that the rest of the world has not yet fully discovered. So let's talk about unleaded gas futures. This is a 33-tick momentum range bar, and we have a very tight trade plan with TrendJumper. We're trying to get one full winner. That is one winner that hits full target and a positive result. So we may have to keep trading if we don't hit that full target. We start at 9 a.m. and that was right around here, 9 a.m. and we instantly got a trade, actually a few minutes later, 2 minutes later, and that trade triggered in right at the blue cross. It was 2 ticks above the bar, the high of the bar. Now in this trade plan, we are going to what we call the 2x level, which in this case is the third target. And when we get to the middle target, we're going to employ money management. That is, when we get there, we're going to lock in a tick and take off our risk. So that didn't happen. Came up, came right down, and it stopped out. And that was a 38-tick loss on 2 positions. So we're down 61 ticks. All right, and in case you don't know how much a tick is worth, with unleaded gas and heating oil, it's worth $4.20 per tick per position. We're going in with 2 positions. One that's going to exit at the fixed target, and the other one is going to trail using the techniques that we teach in training. So it wasn't too much long afterwards. Actually, it was about 58 minutes where we hit another long trade right here. And that one got in at 3.0601. And we're targeting 3.0665. Now, one thing I want you to notice on all these trades, because we're using momentum bars, they are all the same size. So we're risking from entry to stop this much, and to go to the fixed target here at the third dot, we stand to gain nearly double. So it doesn't take much to turn a loss into a positive session, and that's just with one position. So one position single-handedly almost erases the entire loss of 2 positions because of that nice risk-reward ratio, and that had no problem getting there. Because it's a range bar, it moves at its own rhythm. It's based on price moving in and out of ranges. In this case, each bar is 33 ticks. Well, that one trade alone grabbed 64 ticks. The first position erased the loss of 2 positions over here. Let's see, I think I did my math wrong. Actually, this is 76. So, not quite. Didn't quite erase it. Almost erased it. But the second trade did the magic because it went all the way up to here and finally stopped out. We just follow our green dotted line. We call that the jump line. And that trade gained 352 ticks. So our power of quitting net for today was 340 ticks times $4.20. That's $1,428, not counting some commission and a little bit of slippage. You also could have added to your position right here for additional profit. That's more advanced, but it's certainly there for you if you're interested. And now you can see why we're so interested in trading some of these other markets. And if it makes you uncomfortable to trade a market you're unfamiliar with, just cover up the symbol. Just pretend it's the S&P or something else. Does it really matter what symbol it is? Buyers, sellers, price moves, get in, get out, either win or you lose. The trend jumper puts the odds in our favor, and this is a trade plan that continues to deliver the goods. Let's take a look at today's heating oil session. All right, again, we start at 9 o'clock. I mean, this might as well be any old market, right? The symbol says HO, so I know it's heating oil. It's a March contract, but it could be anything. We start at 9 o'clock, and we don't get our first trade until here, 9:15. And we know it's a short trade because the trade setup is below the green dotted line. So we get short here. It comes down. Remember, we're trying to get to the middle target to take the risk off the trade. And we're trying to get to the third target for our profit. This is a 20-tick momentum bar. With unleaded, we're using a 33-tick. Doesn't quite get there, and then it comes up and stops out. So we saw the exact same thing on unleaded. Today, the first trade was a loss. But we're able to turn around and pick up another trade here. And that one has no problems getting to money management. So we're going to be locking in a tick. And I'll go ahead and put a horizontal line there. Now, the entry was at 29, and I actually adjusted up to 32. But locking in a tick is going to put me at 30, and I'm going to work around the key level and put it back to 29. So in this case, I'm not really locking in a tick, but I am eliminating most of my risk. And look what happens. The price does ultimately miss its full target by a tick. Got really close. And you have the option of trading for profit or just staying with the trade. It does stab down. It gets as low as 33. So locking in the one tick of profit keeps you in the trade even without the adjustment I made. It then zooms up to full target. You could have added to your position here, and you could have added to your position again here. You could even add to your position here. That's maybe a little too much, but notice how this trade, the pink trade, hit its full target. The white trade hit its full target perfectly. The trailer on the original trade worked its way up to here, following that green line. I mean, that's a really nice, profitable sequence. And even if you only took the one trade alone, you still overcame the first losing trade, and you were able to trade yourself to a positive result. And sticking with what we call our power of quitting trade plan, the session finished with 16 ticks positive today. And that's fine. You would just quit with 16 ticks. It's maybe not as profitable as other sessions, but you certainly overcame the loss. It is possible to profit like this because what we do is we take what the market wants to give us in a dynamic way, session to session, allowing us to move our accounts forward. So with 16 ticks times $4.20, we only made 67 bucks. Take out commission and slippage, maybe we could buy ourselves a ham sandwich today. Yesterday we only got 3 ticks, but the day before that we got 107 ticks. How about the week before that? We were up 259 ticks, and the week before that we were up 332 ticks, and the week before that we were up 530 ticks, and the week before that we were up 381 ticks. You get the picture. It's a matter of just operating your business and staying with the plan. You don't have to make all your money in one session. Let's look at one more market, and then I'm going to show you our new MT4 forex. The trend jumper has just been made to work with MT4. Really excited about it, and I want to show you an example on that as well. All right, I got crude up. We're using a 377 tick chart to trade crude. And the first trade was here at 9:03. It triggered in, came up and hit that first target. That's our money management level. We're going to lock in one tick, take the risk off the trade. We're going to try to get up to the second target here. And it didn't quite have enough in it. Came down, ultimately stopped out for only one tick. So now we have to take another trade. And it's a good thing we got out of the way. Look at how the market came lower. Would have been a full loss. You see? Money management saving us. That counts as a winner, but we want to get a full target winner for us to quit. So we need to take another trade, and we get another long right here. And it takes a while to trigger in a few bars. Very slow market today, and it's a very small trade. It's only 8 ticks. But you know, you take what the market wants to give you. Look how long it took to get there. Finally, it pierced through. We got the 8 ticks. We locked in 1 tick on our second position. And that one held for a while. It looked like it wanted to go higher. But look how choppy this market is. It ended up stopping out. We only got 9 ticks on this trade, 11 ticks in total. But you know what? We were done. That's our trade plan. Full winner, power of quitting. On to the next session. And you could see the energy's just working great. Some days are slower than others. Some trades are bigger than others. But the trade plan just keeps us moving forward day after day. We've got structure on the chart. We've got trades that we know how to follow. Could have taken add-on trades. Some of them were successful. This one here hit the full target. This one hit a money management level, so we would have taken risk off. This one hit the full target. So we see these cluster of trades often, where if your account can support multiple contracts, you can layer on and build a really nice position. We're only doing the single trade. That's the basic trade plan. But Trend Jumper is designed to grow with you. As your account grows, your ability grows. I guess I should also mention that natural gas is another energy futures that you could trade and have a lot of success with Trend Jumper. And the Dowie Mini, not an energy market. It's not an energy market, but today finished with 1 trade, 36 points. Nothing like one and done to lead into the 3-day weekend coming up. Okay, so let's take a quick peek at MT4. One of my favorite ways to trade forex is to use end-of-day charts. If you've been following along, I've shown you a lot of examples over the last several months. This is an MT4 version of Trend Jumper, and it works great. So I'm just showing you the last 3 trades set up on the Euro US. As you know, forex is the wild, wild west. It's deregulated, decentralized. Every broker makes his own market, and you're not going to always get the same quote. So you just have to trade your chart. So this isn't going to look the same as a TradeStation chart. And I've found that sometimes these MT4 charts actually perform better. This is coming from Owanda. So I'll just show you the last 3 trades. This dates back to January. When I click on the bar here, I could freeze the chart by holding the Alt key down, and I get all my trades here in the data window. I've got my entry, 3367, and I've got my target at 3600. Okay? Going to the third target. Of course, if we add to our position like we do over on this trade here, this trade came a couple weeks later. We're going to manage that a little more aggressively. They both hit the full target. This one was good for 233 pips. This one was good for 212 pips. And you certainly can trade an additional position and trail it all the way up. Would have come off here. Wouldn't have made as much this time as the targets, but it still would have been quite profitable. You don't have to trail. You certainly have the option to. This trade just triggered in today. It set up short last night. Remember, once a day you check these charts. That's it. I had my order in, I woke up this morning and it was already down hitting the first target. So I'm moving my stop down to about here, cutting a lot of risk on the trade. I'm going to give it a chance to get lower and hit its full target. You can see how easy it is. This is just the same thing I've been showing you with the energy futures. Different symbol, same strategy. Notice on this trade to the left here how the stop was perfectly placed. It came down twice, 3 times even, and the stop held us in, and then it accelerated up to full target. One of the things that's really important is to let the trade do what it does. It takes time to develop sometimes. And that's it. That's how easy it is. Just click on the bar. You get the setup over here. It's all laid out for you. Works like a charm. All right, everybody. Appreciate your time and joining me on this video. Make sure you're signed up for the next release of Trend Jumper. We're really excited. We're coming out with a special forex version. Of course, it is available for futures as well, and you could even use it with stocks and options. But we are coming out with the MT4 version as well. You're going to want to be on the mailing list. Make sure you are logged into the webinar when we will be revealing just exactly how you can get involved with Trend Jumper, as well as become a part of our very dynamic Owners Club. The Owners Club, of course, provides you with a live trade room where you can learn the strategy step by step in live time with a live coach, usually me, but some of the other coaches with NetPicks also teaching you how to use the Trend Jumper. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'll see you next time.